Alright, today I'm going to read from the 12th chapter of the book of Corinthians, because that's what I was at when I was in the hospital. Last time I was reading the Bible. I was reading the Romans, actually. Numero 12. Consequently, I entreat you by the compassions of God, brothers, to present your bodies a sacrifice, living, holy, acceptable to God, a sacred service with your power of reason. So what does that mean? He's saying to give up your body for the holy war. It's a sacred service, but it has to be done with reason. So reasonable actions in wartime are allowed, except for special forces, I guess. So you have to use reason to sacrifice your body, to die. A reason to die in sacred service. Alright, so I don't have any other books, so I can't compare. I'm just putting thoughts out there. And quit being fashioned after this system of things, but be transformed by making your mind over. So transforming your mind every time when you get trapped by the materials. That you may prove to yourself the good and acceptable. So what is good, right? But good has to be good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. So, So yeah, fashions and fads, can take you away, carry you away. Instead, you must. So that's what news kind of does to people, I felt. Which is why I quit watching TV. But then I found out it's like I kind of just, I don't know, got a different perspective on things and made my mind over, I think, but not really. It's just that he's saying instead of being made by the world, basically, the external world, and letting it control your mind, you got to transform your whole pattern of thinking, create a new attitude, and then you'll know the good and the acceptable and perfect will of God. Yeah. Because like I say, it comes from within. The truth of the nature of reality. Because we have different levels of awareness and understanding too. So, yeah, you always have to kind of not be carried away by this fashion of the system of things. Like some people, like myself, are very attracted to certain physical features, And then later on in life, I realized it wasn't about the physical features, it was more about the what's going on inside the belief systems, the observable actions, There's really nothing to observe, because they perfumed up head to toe, masks on and ornaments and stones here and there. So, number 3. For through the underserved kindness given to me, I tell everyone there among you not to think more of himself than it is necessary to think, but to think so as to have a sound mind. Each one as God has distributed to him a measure of faith. So, mental hygiene. Each one has God distributed him. So God has given everybody a love and the faith that this world is a very beautiful place and everything is kind of connected. So it's like there has to be something connecting it, right? Like everything can't just come from nowhere. Or so they say, it did came from nowhere actually. But hope that makes sense. I don't think it makes sense to me. So you shouldn't think too much, I guess he's saying. That's one of my buddies told me. Don't overthink. Because you can kind of get carried away with thoughts into other thoughts and so forth. So I don't know. For through the undeserved kindness given to me, I tell everyone there among you. So he's saying not us but you. Not to think more of himself than is necessary to think. So don't overesteem yourself, I guess. Be humble. And stay on the ground. My dad says, ground reality. Observe the surroundings and be aware constantly. So to think as to have a sound mind. So you always have to observe the reactions of your actions, and therefore I think that will help with that's what he's trying to say. For just as we have in our one body many members, but the members do not all have the same function. So we, through many, are one body, in unison with Christ. Although many are one body in union with Christ. So the church is a one body. Not two divisive units always arguing with each other and one-upping each other. But you have to stay fixed, focused, or together in one body. Not the androgynous, two-faced American reality. So I hear and feel it's what it is. American dream. 44. Just as we have in one body many members, but the members do not all have the same function. And 5. So we, although many, are one body in union with Christ, but members belonging individually to one another. Wow. That was deep, but I think I'm going to stop here because I have spent too much time on this. Later, yo.